This Honourable Senate now resumes its sittings, and before we begin the business of the day, Senators Morris, Allen and Crawford are seeking permission to join the meeting virtually. Do I have your concurrence? Pardon? You don't want Senator Allen to join? Senators Allen, Crawford and Morris, welcome. Senator Dr. Floyd Morris, I recognize you sitting in a seat other than your own, and I don't have to remind you of the stated reminder from Senator Montague that one day Busher is still a Busher. So we recognize you from the leader's seat. I bring to the attention of this Honourable Senate the passing of former Senator Delano Franklin, who transited this morning. Senator Delano Franklin served the Senate from 2002 to 2007. I just asked the Senate to note his passing this morning, and at a later stage I will ask the appropriate tributes to be paid to Senator Delano Roosevelt Franklin, and to recognize the contribution that he has made to the development of this country. So I just note his passing this morning, and at a later stage I will ask for appropriate tributes to be paid to him. So we recognize his passing and offer our condolences to his family at this very trying time. Statements by ministers. Announcements. Bills brought from the Honourable. I'm sorry. Announcements. You're slow off the mark this morning, Ms. Curtis. Announcements.
Oh, thank you. Laid on the table of the Senate today are the following: Annual Report on Audited Financial Statement for the Jamaica Social Investment Fund for the year 2021-2022. Special Report of Investigation conducted into allegations of irregularity, conflict of interest and corruption in the award of certain contracts by Petrojam Limited. Petrojam Report number 3. Jamaica Third Supplementary Estimates for the year ending March 31, 2023. Annual Report on Audited Financial Statements of the National Road Operating and Constructing Company Limited for financial year 2020-2021. Annual Report on Audited Financial Statement of the Montego Bay Free Zone Company Limited for the financial year 2020-2021. Annual Report on Audited Financial Statements for the financial year 2020-2021 for the Registrar General's Department. Ministry Papers numbers 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26 respectively, regarding orders and their respective orders and resolutions under the law reform zones of special operations, special security, and community development measures act in respect of the Greenwich Town Zone social intervention, the August Town Zone social intervention, the Mount Salem Community Zone social intervention, the Norwood Community Zone social intervention, the Parade Gardens Community Zone social intervention, the Savannah Lamar Community Zone social intervention, and the Denham Town Community Zone social intervention, all dated January 26, 2023. Annual Report on Audited Financial Statement for the Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica for the financial year 2009 to 2012. Annual report of the Export-Import Bank of Jamaica, Exim Bank, for the financial year 2020 to 2021. The Independent Commission of Investigation Act 2010, Appendum to previously tabled report reflecting the period July to September 2022. The Indicom Commission of Investigation Act, Indicom report reflecting the period October to December 2022. Indicom's Strategic Vision 2022. Annual report on audited financial statements for the Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica for the financial year 2009-2012. Annual report from the Export-Import Bank of Jamaica for the financial year 2020-2021. These are repeated. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Bills brought from the Honourable House of Representatives, petitions, papers, reports from committees, notices of motions given orally.
Mr. President, on behalf of Senator Auburn Hill, I beg to give notice that at the next meeting of the Senate, he will move the following motion. The Trademarks Act, the Trademarks Amendment Rules 2022 Resolution. Whereas Section 78 of the Trademarks Act, hereinafter referred to as the Act, provides that the Minister may, from time to time, make such rules subject to affirmative resolution for regulating the practice under the Act, including the service of documents, for classifying goods for the purposes of registration of trademarks, for making or requiring duplicates of trademarks and other documents, for securing and regulating the publishing and selling or distributing in such manner as he may think fit of copies of trademarks and other documents, for the regulation of trademark agents, prescribing fees payable under this Act, generally for regulating the business of the Office of the Registrar of Companies in relation to trademark and all things by this Act, the placed under the direction or control of the Registrar. And whereas on the 15th day of December 2022, the Minister made the Trademarks Amendment Rules 2022, now therefore be it resolved by this Honourable House as follows. 1. This resolution may be cited as the Trademarks Amendment Rules 2022 resolution. 2. The Trademarks Amendment Rules 2022, which was laid on the table of the Senate on the 10th day of February 2023, is affirmed. Mr. President, I also beg to give notice that at the next meeting of the Senate, I will move the following motion. Be it resolved, with reference to the sessional select, joint select and select committees which are appointed in the current session of Parliament, and where these committees have not completed their deliberations, that in the new session of Parliament, this Honourable Senate be empowered to enable these committees to proceed with the issues referred to them from the stage reached before prorogation. Be it further resolved that the composition of all these committees remain unchanged, except where necessary by further motion taken and approved by this Honourable Senate. And be it further resolved, with reference to the matters identified below, which are included in the order of business in this session of Parliament, but for which deliberations have not been completed, that in the new session of Parliament the Senate be empowered to proceed with them from the stage reached before prorogation. 1. The Trademark Amendment Rules. 2. The Segregated Accounts Companies Act 2023. 3. Private members' motions numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the order paper. Mr. President, I further beg to give notice that at a later stage today I will move for the suspension of standing orders to enable me to take this motion.
Thank you, Minister. Questions and answers to questions? Motions that may be made at the commencement of public business requiring notice. Motions relating to the sitting of the Senate. Motions for leave to introduce bills. The presentation of bills without the leave of the Senate first obtained. public business. Minister.
Mr. President, I now move for the suspension of standing orders to enable me to take the motion, notice of which I gave earlier.
Members would have heard the question. And those in favour?
Mr. President, I anticipate that there would be no full debate on this matter, save, of course, the indication by the opposition that there would be no objection to the motion which has been put forward. And indeed, the reference is to the second motion taken as the first is one which has in fact been carried over. I ask that the motion be approved if there is no further comment.
Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Minister. Senator Dr. Morris.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. President. The opposition has no problem with the motions that have been tabled, and we support the action. May it please you, Mr. President.
Minister is asking that the motions be approved. Those in favour? Aye. Against?
Mr. President, that brings us to the point at which we have all, I think, greatly anticipated this morning, which is the conclusion of today's business. Mr. President, it is well, let me not refer to the matter which you referred to earlier, because this is to be taken on another occasion, and simply say, Mr. President, that there is no further business to be done today, and I ask that the Senate be adjourned for a date to be fixed.
Members, the question is that the Senate be adjourned for a date to be fixed. Those in favour? Against? Just to remind that we have the opening of the new term on Tuesday, and members would have been notified as to the arrangements concerning times and all of that. So we do ask that as much as possible members be on time so that we can participate on this very important occasion. I'm informed that this will be the first session where the COVID rules would have been relaxed to such an extent that there is a wider invitation list. So if you have anyone who you wish to get an invitation for, or you intend to bring your spouses, or whosoever, please just notify the clerk so that we can make arrangements for your parking, seating, etc. Thank you very much. I said it already. The Senate now stands adjourned for a date to be fixed. I said it already.